Hello, 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 and welcome back to another edition of Fan Talk, your favorite podcast by your favorite fan. That is, of course, me, Kyle Brenchley, in the house on this cloudy and I think rainy Friday. It's definitely windy, a few drops here and there. We definitely need it here in the 801. It's going to be a dry summer. Not a lot of snow, honestly. It was 60 degrees this week here in February in the 801. So where's the snow? Who knows? Maybe it'll come in March. Maybe it'll come in April. Regardless, thank you guys for joining me here on the podcast today. If you are new here, welcome. Hello. You picked a very good episode to tune into because we are talking the Super Bowl today. This is the Fan Talk Super Bowl preview, the third annual Super Bowl preview done by Fan Talk. It should be real fun. It's going to be a blast. We're going to break down the matchup. We're going to talk some fun facts. We're going to look ahead to potentially who's going to host the Lombardi Trophy at the end. It should be real fun. Guys, Fan Talk's a podcast. You know where it is. You know where to find it. If you don't, it's anywhere you get your podcast and here on YouTube. Thank you, guys. Please share with a friend. Please share with your boyfriend. Please share with your grandma. Please share with your third cousin once removed dog's Butler. All right. Speaking of Butler, I will say next week we will talk NBA trade deadline. It was absolutely insane. The nature of this podcast is that it's once a week. If I did it every day or if I did it a couple times a week, then there would already be an episode out about that. But stay tuned next week for a full breakdown of the NBA trade deadline. Probably the craziest trade deadline, I don't know if of all time, but at least in recent memory, at least in my recent memory. So stay tuned for that next week. This week, though, is all about football. And before we get into the Super Bowl, let's talk about the 2025 NFL Honors. They do this right before the Super Bowl at the end of the season. They hand out awards highlighting players and coaches and teams. Let's start with the MVP, which stands for Most Valuable Player for all you dummies out there. Pretty much the best player in the league, who did the most, who was the most impactful, who was the best. That goes to Josh Allen. He is the quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen wins the MVP despite not being first team All-Pro. That's pretty interesting to note. But Josh Allen definitely deserves this. Played super well. Arguably had a lot less weapons on offense. The defense wasn't as good. The team wasn't as good in years past, and he still had an MVP caliber season. Won the award. Haley Steinfeld was in the stands, clapping him on, cheering him on. So even if he didn't win, he was winning, if you know what I mean. MVP Josh Allen, well deserved. Coach of the Year, Kevin O'Connell on the Minnesota Vikings. He's pretty young. Obviously led the team to 14 wins with Sam Darnold as quarterback. Of course, they drafted J.J. McCarthy, and they were thinking that, maybe this would be kind of a growing season, maybe 5, 6, 7 wins. But they all go out there, 14 wins, almost win their division, go to the playoffs, have a great season. Kevin O'Connell, well-deserved Coach of the Year, Minnesota Vikings. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Jared Verse. He is a defensive edge, which means he plays on defense, and he sacks the quarterback a lot and tackles the offense a lot for all you dummies out there. From the Los Angeles Rams, very, very good pickup for the Rams after, of course, Aaron Darnold retired a couple seasons back. A bright future for this Rams team on defense. Jared Verse, well-deserved. Comeback Player of the Year, of course, will go to Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow had a monster season. Perhaps if he would have made the playoffs, if the Bengals would have made the playoffs, if they would have made a run, perhaps he could have won MVP. He had MVP numbers, absolutely just went ballistic. Him and Jamar Chase could not be stopped. Very good year for the Bengals. Unfortunately, they missed the playoffs, lost one too many games there. But he did have that injury, that wrist injury in 2023. They usually give the Comeback Player of the Year award to somebody who either missed by injury or just had a very bad year and then had a very good year afterwards. So Joe Burrow, quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals, well-deserved. Offensive Player of the Year, Saquon Barkley. Fly, Eagles, fly. Wow, what a pickup for the Birds. Saquon Barkley, arguably, well, now he has to prove it, the best offensive player in the league. He was with the Giants. They weren't very good. He goes to a team like Philadelphia with a good coach, a good scheme, a good quarterback, and he was running, but he was really flying. Barkley, big year for Saquon Barkley. Hopefully he can replicate that in the Super Bowl. Now, Defensive Player of the Year. This is the moment you've all been waiting for. Pat Surtain II, Denver Broncos, my boy Pat Surtain, lockdown corner. best in the league. You ask any wide receiver, and he'll be on their top 5. Hardest to run routes against, hardest defender in the league. Very, very good. This is his 4th season, I believe. He shut down Jamar Chase. He shut down DK Metcalf. Yeah, well-deserved. Pat Surtain, take a bow. Best defender in the league. A couple more here. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Jaden Daniels from the Commanders. He's the rookie quarterback. What a year they had, storming into the playoffs and going all the way to the NFC Championship game. Bright future there for the Commanders. That's pretty impressive. Not every rookie usually does that. Assistant Coach of the Year, Ben Johnson for the Detroit Lions. He was the mastermind behind their high-powered offense this year. He, of course, got the head coaching job over in Chicago because he did so well. So now he has an opportunity to expound upon his name. So those are some of the end-of-year awards. You can go read up on the full list and read more in depth about it, but just a cool little thing they do, especially because all these teams, all these players, minus Saquon Barkley, are no longer in the postseason. So it's kind of cool, a little last-second thing for them to do. All right. Before we get into the matchup prediction and before we get into my thoughts and what the bettors are saying, let's look at some fun Super Bowl facts. Now, I've done this a little different every year on the Fan Talk Super Bowl preview. The first year, I had some questions that were brought by someone else and just a little fun trivia. Last year, I kind of did something similar. This year, we're going to look at the facts, specifically kind of from an economic standpoint. This is by Wallet Hub. They broke down every single number ever that you need to know about the Super Bowl, and it's pretty cool. So let's start with the top 5 Super Bowl facts for 2025. First, the average cost of a ticket to the past 5 Super Bowls is $7,584. Now, I don't know about you, but my weekly allowance is not that high, so don't catch me going to the Super Bowl anytime soon unless I somehow win tickets or somehow this YouTube channel blows up. Please help me get to the Super Bowl. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. The lowest price of a Super Bowl ticket on the resale market, so that's people who've purchased it and then they turn around and try to sell it, is $6,733, which is a 14% decrease from 2024. 17.6 million Americans plan to watch the game at a bar or a restaurant. I personally just like to watch it at home, but a lot of people like to go out, like to cheer, like to have some camaraderie, especially if, let's say you're in Philadelphia, you go to a local bar in Philadelphia, there's going to be a ton of Birds fans there. It's going to be cool. And 192% increase in the cost of a 30-second Super Bowl ad. They're getting pricier. Are they getting funnier? That's for you to decide. All right, so of course we have the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles, a rematch of Super Bowl 57 just 2 years ago, where the Kansas City Chiefs, of course, won that game. So here we are, Super Bowl 59 in Louisiana, New Orleans, the Big Easy. Perfect place, party city, great place to host an event. This is the 7th Super Bowl appearance for the Kansas City Chiefs in their franchise. Obviously, this is their 3rd appearance in the last 3 years. This is the 3rd straight there. Since 2020, they've appeared 5 times in those 6 seasons. The only time they didn't appear was 2022 when the Bengals played the Rams. So talk about a dynasty. You still like them? All right, fine. They have 4 wins, so they're 4 out of 7. The Philadelphia Eagles have been to the Super Bowl 5 times. In the last 7 seasons, they've been 3 times, so they also have kind of been there. They've only actually won it once, and that was in 2018. If you remember that season, Carson Wentz was going off, but then he got injured, so Nick Foles steps in. They go in there against Tom Brady and the Patriots, against all odds, and take him out. The Philly special on 4th down, what a play call. That is their Super Bowl win. That was in 2018. The Chiefs and Eagles have met one previous time in the Super Bowl. Of course, that was 2 years ago in 2023, and the Chiefs won. Let's talk about teams who have never won a Super Bowl. Can you name them all? There are 12. I've been presented this question many a time, so I can now at this point, but initially I couldn't. So here are the 12 teams that have never won a Super Bowl. They've gone, some of these teams have gone, but they've never won. The Cincinnati Bengals, the Detroit Lions, The Jacksonville Jaguars. Apparently, if your mascot is a cat, you're not going to win. The Houston Texans. The Minnesota Vikings. The Buffalo Bills. The Atlanta Falcons. 28-3. They blew it. They had their shot. The Carolina Panthers, another cat. That 15-1 year with Cam Newton. They lost to the Broncos. Too bad. The Arizona Cardinals. The Tennessee Titans. The Los Angeles Chargers, and the Cleveland Browns. 1 year since the Eagles' last Super Bowl appearance. Technically 2 years, 2 seasons. But that's when they last appeared in the Super Bowl. It was not too long ago. Patrick Mahomes, of course, quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs. He's 29. He's played 7 seasons. He's won 3 Super Bowls. Jalen Hurts, my boy from Oklahoma, originally went to Alabama, then transferred to Oklahoma. 26 years old, has played 5 seasons in the NFL. He's gone to the Pro Bowl twice, has not won a Super Bowl, 1 Super Bowl appearance. Kansas City Chiefs, coached by Andy Reid, really cool guy. Philadelphia Eagles, coached by Nick Sirianni. He was the kid actor in Elf. Fun story there. 83,000 people are expected in the Caesars Superdome for Super Bowl 59. That dome's really cool. I've not been inside, but I've been outside. When I went to New Orleans, I had to go to it. Really cool. I like domes. I think it makes sense in a lot of situations. I think I do like outdoor fields though too, so it's kind of fun. But the Caesars Superdome is really dope. This is the 11th time New Orleans is hosting the Super Bowl. 11th time Louisiana has hosted it, so pretty much every single time it is in New Orleans. Probably because the weather's usually good. And it's a fun place to go, and there's a lot to do. There's a lot of opportunity to make money there. 500 million is the estimated economic impact for the local economy. So that's very good. So those are some fun numbers to break down. The average cost, the lowest cost for a hotel forecasted for the Super Bowl weekend is $212. So that's, getting a Super 8 or a Motel 6 for $212 a night. Yeah. Oof. Gosh. That's not quite ideal if you ask me. So for whatever reason you come to watch the Super Bowl, whether you're watching for the game because your team's playing, whether you're watching because you just like football, whether you're watching for the commercials, whether you're watching if you can try to see Taylor Swift and who she's going to invite in her box this year, if you're watching because you think a player is hot or you think whatever your reason is. Whatever your reason. Maybe you just do it because it's a social construct of being an American. Whatever your reason is, this Super Bowl 59 is going to be an exciting matchup. Now, a lot of people are not quite as hyped for this. And I'll be honest, for the first time in a long time, I am not as hyped for this Super Bowl as I am for other Super Bowls. And the reason why, a couple reasons why, the Kansas City Chiefs, their 3rd straight appearance, but their 5th appearance in 6 years. They have surpassed the New England Patriots dynasty. The Patriots, they would go a lot, but they wouldn't go every single year. Every so often, a team would come and beat them. The Denver Broncos would come in, the Baltimore Ravens. A team would come in from the AFC and take down the Patriots. No team is able to do that in the AFC now. Everyone thought that, the Ravens will get them, the Bills will get them. No, they won't. They will not. They will not. I am never picking against the Chiefs ever again. I don't think they will ever lose in the playoffs ever again. I am convinced that they will win every single game forever. And I talked about this years ago. Go find it. Go find the video. I talked about how the Chiefs are going to be good. Did you listen to me? Whether you did or did not does not matter at this point because we have arrived. And on the other side, you got the Philadelphia Eagles. I really have no beef with the Eagles. I know a lot of people don't like the Eagles. A lot of people are tired of the Eagles. I have no problem with the Eagles. Honestly, I hope the Eagles win. I really do. The Eagles had a shot 2 years ago. They were favored. They lost. I really hope the Eagles win this time. Will they? Personally, I say no. I say that the Kansas City Chiefs win Super Bowl 59 and beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Will it be close? Yeah, it'll be close. I think it will be within a field goal. If not a field goal, then 5 points. Let's look at what the bettors are saying. Currently, these are the odds right now. So the spread is currently -1 for Kansas City, +1 for Philadelphia. The over-under is at 48.5, and the money line is -110. I don't care, really, for big games like this when it comes to betting. It might make it more interesting. It might provide you a way to, find some excitement when you're not really excited about either team. But you can look and see what some of the bets are. If you're more interested in knowing player bets, currently they have some really good lines for player stats over on Prize Picks. I don't know if you guys ever go over there, but go check that out. Go see what numbers are out there. But as for the game, over under 48.5, I think it goes over. I think the Chiefs win by 3 or 4. And the money line's pretty even right now, but I'd take the Chiefs money line. I would take the spread, and I would take the over right now if I was a betting man. So let me know what you guys think down below. But I believe this is how this game is going to go. I know exactly how it's going to go. Saquon Barkley, he's going to score a touchdown or 2. Jalen Hurts is going to struggle, but in the first half, Saquon Barkley will kind of carry the offense. The Chiefs, they will do all right in the first half. Probably put up, 10, 13 points, maybe 14. Score a couple times. And I think the Eagles will be winning at halftime. I think it will be like 17-13 at halftime or 14-10 at halftime in favor of the Eagles. In the second half, the Chiefs will come back. They will tie the game. They will even take the lead. Once they take the lead, the Eagles will not take the lead back. They'll tie it, but they will not take the lead back. The Chiefs will win this game, and they will three-peat for the first time in the Super Bowl era. And that's just the way it is. Final score prediction. Last time it was 38-35. This time I'm going to say 34-31 in favor of the Kansas City Chiefs to win Super Bowl 59. Let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know. Are you guys going for the Chiefs? Are you guys going for the Eagles? Are you guys just there for the food? Are you guys just there for the commercials? Are you just there because it's a social construct? Let me know down below. But I'm really trying to get excited for the Super Bowl because I'll be honest with you, I have really lost interest in seeing the Kansas City Chiefs succeed. I really don't care that they're going for history, that they are going to be the first team to win 3 back-to-back Super Bowls. I don't care. I really don't. I would rather see David kill Goliath than to see Goliath grow even taller. So those are just my thoughts, but thank you guys. Thank you for joining me for the Fan Talk Super Bowl preview. I will link that Super Bowl fun fact list that I found down below. There was a ton more. Over on my browser, I'm not even halfway through. You can just scroll through and they have all these different numbers talking about how much it costs for a 30-second commercial, how much people will spend on food, how many percents of viewers will do this and that. So many things. I'll link that down below. Let me know who you guys think will win down below. And as always, please share, like, and tell your friends about Fan Talk if you like what you hear here, if you like what you see here, and like what you see, whatever is your fancy. Thank you guys so much for joining me on Fan Talk. I will send you off on this lovely Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy Super Bowl 59. I'll see you guys next week for another edition of Fan Talk.